Truly,
So,
where do you think that we're heading? I mean, it's so funny to watch white supremacy just fall apart the way that it is, and you ride so hard.
Alrighty, what is going on, CSO fam? Hope you all are doing well, and before we get started on today's video, allow me to provide a little bit of context. So, there is this particular show that goes on the channel of Jubilee on YouTube, called Surrounded, where they put one Republican around 25 Democrats to debate. And they had a recent episode with Ben Shapiro debating 25 different Democrats. Now, I will say that this recent episode did have some professionalism for the most part, but there's one particular part of this episode that really caught my attention. And that would be when this trans man comes on camera to not really debate Ben Shapiro, but more so belittle him and degrade him. After all, that's what leftists do best, am I right? Well, aside from, rioting and screaming and etc., things related to that, but anyway. So we are primarily going to be focusing on that part of this episode, but before we start, CSO fam, don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button and the notification bell, share this with your friends, and let us know in the comments if you think that this trans man was right in the things that he or she was saying. All that being said, let's jump right into this, but I gotta warn you all, you might want some ibuprofen. Okay, so on the top left, you'll see the topic of what the debate's about.
Look at that.
Look, oh my god.
Like a bro, my friend. All right.
How's it going?
Let's break
From the very beginning, you see that?
Can men get pregnant?
Men cannot get pregnant.
Okay, awesome. So,
Definitionally.
Definitionally, okay. Do men experience SA? Sexual assault?
Sure.
Got it. What about the existence of trans men?
What about the existence? Do you mean women who believe that they are men? What are we talking about here? Women experiencing gender dysphoria?
So my other question is, do you benefit from white supremacy in any way, shape, or form?
Yeah, you already know where this is going.
I'm going to need more specifics on what you mean by white supremacy.
Here, let me give it to you then.
Sure, please.
So I'm a transgender man.
Okay.
I've experienced SA.
Okay.
And abortion rights affect me directly. So if we're talking about the American dream that you live, why don't I have access to that? Because there's no legislation, in the history of America, that legislates a man's body, so why does mine have to be legislated? I've got a vagina.
I'm not interested in what your genitalia are.
Clearly you are. I mean, it's all over everything you make, buddy. I'm sorry. I hate to say it to you, but
I think you can read on my face that I radically am not. I think you can read on my face that I radically am not. When we're talking about abortion...
No, I don't. I mean, you can present it here, but in most of the content that you have, you attack my community constantly. And you don't even realize guys like me exist, who actually share a lot of similarities to you and everything, because I'm a married man of 20 years.
Watch out she doesn't provide any evidence.
Right, so if I was sexually assaulted, right, and I didn't have access to that abortion care, do you believe that I should have carried that child to term because I was sexually assaulted?
I mean...
No, I just want to make sure that that's what you believe. Because as a transgender man, I have seen your side of the entire political debate, never ever having the conversation of what an American freedom is. Because why am I not allowed to live my American freedom as a man? You get your choice as a man to live and free and all that.
You're really moving around terminology very wildly here.
And so are you, because that's the tactics you play in your game. And you've done it the entire time. You jump from one subject to the next. You speak so fast, and I know how you work. So how does it feel to have it in your face?
Oh, well, I mean...
Because I'm sick and tired of the that you have put against my community, especially black trans women. Because you constantly disregard all of our needs and then use us politically as a pawn when we're 1% of the population. Why not focus on the economy itself? All of us are struggling, and you want to focus on trans people.
Republicans do focus on the economy, but okay.
This is clearly a glass cliff situation. America's falling apart, and let's give it a woman right when it's all falling apart, when we'd had, 50 men run it, and it looks like...
Okay, let's keep in mind, yes, 50 men running it, and it looks like crap. But who was the party in charge of America between 2020 and 2024? That's the part that this man lady is leaving out.
Look at where we're at. Truly,
So-
where do you think that we're heading? I
So-
mean, it's so funny to watch
You've been going
white
for-
supremacy just fall apart the way that it is, and you ride so hard because guess what? In other countries
Freaking
around the
what
world,
white supremacy?
women are not
Seriously.
having children, and why is it?
That hasn't
Because
been
of
a
the
thing
patriarchy
since
and
the
all the violence
60s.
that men perpetuate, and all of this idea that abortion is somehow going to solve it all by forcing women to have abortion instead of focusing on the real problems that we're facing in our society. We're just going to completely ignore that, and we're just going to go, you know what? The line item is, let's make women have babies so that we can continue this capitalistic society that we have. Why are we doing that? What? I mean, why? Because you want to push white supremacy and because you want to make your check? It does great for you. Meanwhile, people like me have to live with the consequences of all of your
This
rhetoric
man
that
lady
you
is
put on a
white
daily
too,
basis.
just keep that in mind.
And including my entire community and the intersectionalities of black women, men that experience SA, trans people, everyone that comes in. And I'm so sick of the idea that you can come in with this bravado, that you're this big guy that knows things because you can talk fast, you have statistics. But really, what does it really matter at the end of the day if you are harming the entire American? This guy's been accused
What
of
evidence
rape.
do you have?
Trump in like court documents, and you're backing the guy. Like, you have children. How could you do that to your own? Don't you have a daughter? Like, what is wrong with you, dude? I've never seen such a party just completely like the American idea, what we believe in as a country, is not what you're perpetuating. It's diversity. It's giving you tired, hungry, and poor. The Google phone you have in your pocket is because of all of the diversity we've had.
And to add the cherry on top,
Pleasure to meet you.
Okay, there's a lot of tension in the room now. Let's stay cordial. Let's stay respectful, please.
look at how disgustingly smug that face is. This man lady really thinks that she won a debate? This wasn't a freaking debate. This was a berating. She didn't even give Ben Shapiro a chance to speak, and I'm just gonna call it an it. It thinks that it did something, it accomplished something. You know what? Ben Shapiro didn't say it, so I'm gonna say it. It is an idiot. It is so brain dead stupid that it makes a koala with how smooth its brain is look like a frickin' law scholar. And it is so immature that it makes me from middle school look a lot more professional by comparison. You know, as I looked at the comments of the original video, I saw one that stated, "The disrespectful ones got applauded while the actual conversations got voted out." And after skimming through this particular video, yeah, I see it. Those sinful liberal voters allowed this he-she to berate Ben Shapiro for 4 minutes straight. But I guess that should just go to show you the kind of professionalism, or lack thereof, that you can expect from any kind of liberal. Because not only are they so unbelievably dumb, but they're also insanely convicted of the things that they believe in. Anyway, I think that's gonna do it for today's video. I sincerely hope you all enjoyed, and I pray for each and every one of these liberals who voted for Kamala. I sincerely hope that Jesus shows all of them the error of their ways. But with that being said, CSO fam, don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button and the notification bell, and share this with your friends all over the place. And please don't forget to keep observing from a common sense perspective.